Ladies and gentlemen, the crime has gotten so far out of hand with these illegals. Lawmakers are demanding new data that links crime and illegal immigration. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, look, the police are already saying they're worn out in these places where the illegals are because there are just so many calls over the crimes. They are worn out. Not that I care about a cop being worn out. Serve your butt right. So let's get into it. We know the election is this year and immigration is going through the roof, especially the border policy. That is probably one of the key things that is coming up this election year, among other things, of course, in our reparations and crime bill and qualified immunity, because we're not going to let those things die. So, according to preliminary data from the Department of Homeland Security, border agents encountered more than 225,000 migrants at the southern border last month. This marks the highest monthly total. So we know it was over 302,000. So they said so far, the fiscal year of 2024, there have been 483, 404,000 encounters. So, according to data from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CPB, 24,314 migrants from China illegally crossed the southern border in the past year, which is more than 10 times the number recorded the previous year and more than the previous 10 years combined. So they said they're seeing more Chinese migrants than they have seen over the past decade. I'm not surprised about that. But China also have a lot of illegals up in here, but they don't bother them like they do the south of the border. They always put a lot of attention on the people coming south of the border, but there are many Chinese people in this place that are illegal too. But I think it has a lot to do with money is the reason why they don't bother them or shed a lot of light on how many of them are illegal. It's all about money. So the Chinese immigrants typically fly into Ecuador, where they do not need a visa, and then make their way to the US, where most seek asylum. According to data from Syracuse University, Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse, Chinese migrants were granted asylum nearly 67% of the time in immigration courts over the last 2 decades, one of the highest rates by nationality. During the first 9 months of the year, Chinese people were the fourth highest nationality to cross the border after Venezuelans, Ecuadorians, and Haitians. In a bid to assess the potential correlation between illegal immigration and the surge in crime rates in cities, Republican House members are urging the Government Accountability Office to release updated data on crimes committed by illegal immigrants who are currently incarcerated. In 2020, Texas released a state report that indicated that U.S. citizens were twice as likely to commit violent crimes compared to undocumented immigrants. Yeah, but that was 2020. So the report also found that U.S. citizens were 2.5 times more likely to be arrested for drug crimes and 4 times likely to be arrested for property crimes. However, in 2018 study by economist John Lott in Arizona had very different results, finding that undocumented immigrants were 142% more likely to convict crimes. Wow. 142%? Ooh, America. In 2018, the Justice Department released a report on immigration citizenship and the federal justice system between 1998 and 2018. It showed that in 2018, 64% of federal arrests were attributed to non citizens. That is a high number. 64% of federal arrests, despite comprising only 7% of the population. So they said illegal immigrants make up 7% of the population, but they committed 64%. They accounted for 64% of the federal arrests. That is absolutely insane. That is insane. But see, this is America's fault because they're not deporting these people like they should. So this is 100% America's fault. However, it is important to note that 85% of federal arrests of non US citizens were for immigrant offenses, and another 5% were for immigrant related. The report also found that non US citizens were behind 24% of all federal drug arrests and 25% of all federal property arrests. Y'all, look like the FBI is going to have to make a new category on their crime statistics for these illegal immigrants. Data from CPB sheds light on the current status of arrests made at the border. In fiscal 2023, the agency recorded 15,267 criminal non citizens arrests. This is a steady incline. So they're saying this is an increase from 2017, when the agency recorded 8,531 arrests. The top 5 crime categories for non US citizens in 2018 included illegal reentry, 72%, drugs, 13%, fraud, 4.5%, alien smuggling, 4%, and misuse of visa, 2%. The bottom line for lawmakers: there is a need for fresh data to make a definitive connection between crime statistics and undocumented immigrants. But y'all got your eyes on the Black community all the time. But you know what, America? I do not feel bad for you. I do not feel bad for you. For years, you have made these claims, and I never believed your claims anyway, by the way. I'm one not to believe much from you because of the amount of lying that you always do. And now you got a criminal class that's going to keep your police officers busy. It's going to take so much away from your system instead of contributing to it. And it serves you right. I do not feel bad for you. Get ready for the influx of crime that's going to go through the roof, especially when the weather turns warm across this country. You ain't seen nothing yet. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.